What's up everybody, I am Mike and today I will show you how to sculpt a Lady Punisher doll. If you happen to own Marvel Legends action figures and want to diversify your collection, or just want to learn how to make a Punisher logo, this will work too. First up, you need an action figure. I sculpted this one based on a hard to find Sotter Toys Tomb Raider doll, but any doll should be fine. Before you can start sculpting, you will need to sand down any plastic residue with a scalpel. Next up, you will need Tamiya epoxy putty. I prefer the yellow quick type, but any epoxy putty should work. Just take both components and mix them together. After about a minute, you should have a nice homogeneous clay, and you can just apply it all over your doll. Next up, you will need a bunch of sculpting tools. With sewing needles, you can shape the logo, and with your sculpting tools, you can also cover and hide all the points of articulation. Most comic book stores also carry sculpting tools, and to get a smooth surface, I also use a scalpel to sand down the entire body once again. In between sculpting details, you should always let your sculpt dry and harden. Then you can sand down the surface with a scalpel again and add another layer of epoxy. To add a bit more color, I also decided to add a hood similar to Spider-Gwen. In my Batman cape tutorial, I go into more detail on sewing, and I also added some screws to the hood to make it removable. After a bit of tweaking and fuzzing around, your Punisher doll looks a bit more unique, and this also works great for any Assassin's Creed doll or hooded figures in general. Angelina Jolie probably would be a fun Punisher, but personally Tom Jane is still my favorite, and I decided to base the logo for this doll on that film. Once the sculpt is finished, you need to apply a black base coat. I use water-based acrylics by Citadel to cover all the joints first, and in my other tutorials I go into a bit more detail on how to add a purity seal for protection. But basically here I recommend using anti-shine varnish because it will give you a matte look, which is always great for armor. With a scalpel, you can then sand down any paint residue and finish the base coat. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see videos on how to paint weapons, faces and armor, you can subscribe to my channel. Remember to also like and comment down below what you want to see me do next or what I should improve. In the meantime, I'll be back soon with another video. Check out my site, the link is down below. You'll also find tons of images and links for DeviantArt, Figurerealm and ArtStation. And of course, my shop on Etsy, if you ever feel like getting a unique and fun gift idea for a friend. Thank you again for tuning in, and remember as always, it's just painted plastic.